You know what the truth is? It doesn't matter where I want to see it. We are all in this damn thing together, this blessed thing together. And maybe that's a big shift that we could practice cultivating. It's not about where I want to see it. It's about where we want to see it. Ultimately, we, which means the person I disagree with the most and wish wasn't my neighbor and I hate talking to and they like vibe me when I take out the trash, that's we too. So it's not about what I want versus what they want. It's about like, okay, how can we figure out what we want? Because that's the premise of our society, right? Mm-hmm. And somehow it's gotten all skewed into this like 51% to 49%. And that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe that I want to live in.
I think the US right now is suffering because we put all our money in imperialism. We put all our money in subjugating other people. We put all our money in military. And we don't put our money in science. We don't put our money in advancing culture. We don't put our money in education. And our students are falling behind on the world stage. Our quality of life is falling behind on a world stage. This country has always been run by a sort of Judeo-Christian imperialistic idea of what the world should be, according to rich white men. And they will see the same symptoms that I just pointed out to you, but they'll blame it on people of color. They'll blame it on the welfare system. They'll blame it on Democrats.
I mean, I would ideally love to live in a world where there was, where I didn't have to wake up and read these things about innocent people being killed and shootings happening at shopping malls and just terrible tragedies that happen what feels like on a daily basis. I feel like, I do think that, like I said, big change usually comes after tragedy or after, it's like the calm at the end of the storm. Mm-hmm. And I would just really hope, and I'm not a religious person, but pray that these things, that we continue to move forward and that as an American people, we start to look at each other and not see color and not see gender and just start to, respect each other. That's really what it boils down to. It's just respect. You don't have to support what somebody else does. But that doesn't mean that you have to shoot them for it or beat them up for it or do any of these insane things that people do.
Where I would like it to see it go is that, we find somebody that, like we were talking about, represents us better as a community and as people, and brings us closer to each other so that we can become a better country together, not just a few groups here and there,
When we're traveling, especially in the middle of the country, like, you go downstairs for breakfast in the hotel and it's like nothing but like older white folks and they're all watching CNN or Fox News, and it's like, and it's crazy because you're just like, man, this is where the majority of the country's getting their information from, and it's just like so skewed towards one direction, and like you said, we were talking about earlier about exploiting people's fears and stuff like that, and that's what a lot of that stuff does. So it's scary to see where we can potentially go as a country right now, just because it's like, it's legitimate to be racist again. It's like legitimate to just be violent again. And it's like, it's cool to just beat people up for no reason and then just like call them all these crazy slurs and stuff. And so where we would like the country to go is like, what Alex was saying is like, hopefully we can find someone that represents what the people are really about and what the people really want,
When the election is behind us and a new administration is in place on January 20th, the reasons we voted for one candidate or another are still relevant. Now we can come together as a nation and people can still make a difference in local elections, and they can campaign for officials in their states to affect the changes they want to see in the future. So don't stop now.